So, in this new year, going to be a new year, we will go for other principles systematically so that I
We need
hope.
to we need to turn. I'm sorry, Girish. We need to turn off our mics, otherwise there's echo.
Yeah, I have turned off, yeah. So, we will follow the basic principles. I hope next year I will cover all the basic principles. And if you are serious, serious means committed. Committed means consistency. Consistency means that you are practicing daily. At the same time, you are listening, contemplating, reflecting, summarizing, making the points. Okay, this is I have to apply with my honey or apply with the friends or a stranger. Oh, this is the event I'm going there. And let me apply these principles and see what happens. That is how the transformation takes place. Transformation does not mean that you are sitting ideally, close your eyes, and some magic will happen and transformation will take place. That is not the way of the Eastern wisdom. And those who are talking of the Eastern wisdom, oh, you will have supernatural powers. Yes, during the journey, you can read the mind of others, and other supernatural powers exist, but that changes your entire journey. It makes you more frustrated. Externally, you win some of the people, you get more money, but ultimately you remain frustrated, stressed, and anxious. So I deleted all those parts from the journey of the Eastern wisdom. And if that is the case, then we can find those things on Google also. Then it is better to make Google as your teacher. So that will help you to find 1 minute of meditation, 5 minutes of superpower, etc. We are of the nature of peace and happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. So when we recognize means you recognize as Sophie and Anne. When you recognize internally that I am the peace and happiness, is it not a greatest power that you own? So once you recognize you are happiness and you are peace, do you know what happens? First thing that, anxiety is just a play, impulsive nature of the mind. It is absent completely. There are 5 indications, but I will talk only of one and then I will come to the topic. What happens that there is a total fearlessness. You are free from the fear of birth and the death. Is it not the greatest power that you own? If you have a total freedom from the fear, then your impulsive nature, the impulsive mind will not react. Think, your habitual mind is dissolved. Think, I'm not saying that what I'm saying is only right. You just reflect on. There is a total fearlessness. But why there is a fearlessness? Consistently, constantly, consciously, you are aware that you are not the body. You are the peace and happiness. You are your true nature. You are the pure consciousness. Pure consciousness never dies. It never takes birth, never changes. It is eternal. It is all pervading. It is the truth. So we consciously, we recognize we realize, we consciously experience, that is the greatest power one can have on the earth, that there is a total fearlessness. It doesn't mean that, your impulsive mind doesn't work. Now, impulsive mind is reduced to its basic survival instinct. If the snake is there is a fear, but that fear is not related to the fear of the death. Oh, let me save it. Impulsive nature helps me to jump out of the reach of the snake. But internally, now think of that, you are fearless, complete fearless, 100% fearless. How the anxiety will attack you? Just think. Just think. So that happens, that is one aspect. There are 10, 15 aspects of recognition that you have reached to that state. You know it that you have reached to that state. You know it, you experience it. Your behavior, attitude, and conduct changes. Your thought, speech, and action changes. You don't want to leave. You want to live into that state. That is only one. But then there are many others. So let us come to the topic. Before coming to the topic, we have 7 steps or 8 steps of meditation. We will start with our meditation first, and then we will talk about it. So let us start our meditation. Then we will talk about the 7 intuitive lessons about awakening your mind. So close your eyes. The step 1, I told you, is the place, position, and posture. So find out the right place, close your eyes, right place, position of the body, and the posture. Majority, even if you Google, they say focus on the breath and you will be in mindfulness. Come on, you are not, your body is not still. How can you be aware of the breath mindfulness? Like building a stable house on a solid rock before adding furniture. Practice begins by stabilizing through your awareness, place, position, and posture, so the mind has a firm base in the storms. The storm where? In the mind. I'm using a lot of metaphors to make you understand. So we are respectful of the body. We find the right place, position, and posture, and we are aware of it. That makes you aware, not of the world, but aware of the outermost layer of the body. We give the mind few excuses to wander by grounding the body. So what happens? We consciously choose a place, we arrange the body, and establish a simple, upright, still posture, so awareness is a clear seat. You know why the body moves, fidgets? Because of the impulsive mind. Impulsive mind lives outside in objects and screens. We have to bring it back. How? By the first step. So just check, understand, experience, place, position, and posture. Yeah, there is a question comes. How do I know my posture is right? You may have a doubt. Mind always doubts. Some doubts are good. So how do I know my posture is right? If you feel alert, aware, relaxed, with almost no urge to move the body, your posture is supporting awareness. That is why I say place, position, and posture. Done. Now we go to the second step, changing the direction of the mind or withdrawing the senses or being comfortable. Pay attention. What is the second step? It is like closing windows in a storm so that the wind and the dust don't wreck the room. Believe you understand. So it closes the mind's windows to the outer noise. How it does it? You just be aware and start looking at the body consistently and consciously. Or the best way is to move the mind on the skin of the body from the top of the head to the toes. So it helps you to withdraw senses from their objects so that the mind stops being dragged outward. How you experience as you move the mind on the skin of the body, you experience sensation. Sensation already existed, but now I feel the sensation because now the mind is closer to the body. It has left the world outside. You see that you know what you are doing consciously. I will not give you any step which leads you to imagination and hallucinations. That is what people do it, and people enjoy the hallucinative experiences. They say, oh, I have done a great meditation. But meditation is absence of all kinds of imagination, hallucinations, laziness, sleepiness. So as you move the mind, from the top of the head to the toes, just check your awareness level. When your awareness goes up, you experience sensation on the skin, maybe on the muscles, maybe the sensation of weight, temperature, without any judgment. No judgment is there. When you leave the story of the mind and become aware of the sensation, comfort, and steadiness, anxiety drops on its own. How does it happen? Try this. Question, doubt. Can posture alone stop anxiety? If it is at the primary level, it will stop. Otherwise, your experience of place, position, and posture and sensation, comfort, and steadiness prepares the ground to withdraw the attention inside. It begins to dissolve the anxious pattern present in the mind. So don't take these steps lightly. We have 2 steps done. First is the place, position, and posture. Second, experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Normally I say being comfortable. And now in that state, when the mind starts looking inside, you have changed the direction, you have an experience of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. We can easily move to the third step, which I say you remember, being carefree in the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So, what is this carefree? I have explained it in many ways. You're standing safely on a railway platform, watching the trains pass. Watching? Who is watching you? So that you is an observer, separate from your experience of watching trains pass on a platform. Same way, you are watching the thought, feeling, and emotions passing. Separately, you find the separation. That separation is the power of discernment of the intellect. You know the observer, not the observed. So more and more in being carefree, we remain as an observer. It will take you to a deeper mindfulness. How, for example, you make yourself free from the automatic belief. What is automatic belief? Oh, I am in anxiety. I am my reactions. 2. You create a distance between the observer and your mind saying, I am my reaction, is separate from you. The moment you feel, you recognize, you're aware of the separation. You create a healthy distance from the mental weather. You recognize thought, feeling, sensations as objects appearing to you. The way the traffic appearing on the highway. The highway, nothing happens to the highway. Why we do that? Without observer and observed separation. If it is not there, the ego fuses with every drama and calls it me. Your mind has an anxiety, you say that I have an anxiety. Body has a pain, it says then I have a pain. You're not angry. Anger is passing through you. Now there may be another doubt. Is merely watching enough, or must I question the thoughts too? Watching begins separation. The next step is contemplation. That seeks an answer of a question. Oh, if the thought is different and separate from me, what I have to do with it? Why they are coming, that I will take later. But one thing is sure, that I am only an observer. I am none of my experiences. Okay. And that leads to an experience of the mind, outgoing or incoming mind. So we are fairly experiencing now the mind is incoming, not outgoing. So here we question any thought comes, any feeling comes, we say in the mind, no, this is a thought, not me. I'm into anxiety. This is a thought. This is the thought of anxiety. Neither the anxiety nor the thought is me. How can I be a thought? You cannot recognize anxiety without a thought. So, what is this? Fourth step is contemplation, where we re educate the mind between the two things, what is and what must be. What is? There is an observer and observed. Impulsive mind says what must be. Don't know that I'm into anxiety, I'm angry, I'm upset? That is what must be the impulsive mind. It is the mind, not you. That is where the questioning, with gentle questioning, so we examine our belief or anxious pattern whenever they return, and we find we are separate from them. Another question with the doubt, can contemplation, the fourth step alone, stop old habits in a stressful moments? Answer is yes. Contemplation plants the wisdom, and then we follow the next step that helps to remove the stress, old habit in stressful moments. What is the next step? The fifth step is the breath awareness. So here we don't focus on the breath, we just feel, know, experience, or aware of the breath. How? By the 3 points. What are the 3 points? Mentally, you are watching the incoming and outgoing breath. First point, second point. You feel the sensation of the breath. Third point, you do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. And you continue to keep your mind engaged on the breath awareness. It is like standing on a bridge watching a river pass below. River pass below is the breath. You watch the breath flow in, flow out, without trying to push or pull its current. What happens? It takes your mind deeper within. It demands a consistent, longer, deeper hours of the practice. When you keep watching the breath with a 3-pointed awareness, the thought slows down on their own. You need not to worry about it. A calm and a clear mind can arise without forcing anything. There is another secret behind it. The breath is acting as a bridge between the physical to subtle to subtler awareness. When you are aware of the breath with the 3-pointed awareness, is the breath watching just for relaxation? Answer is yes, it relaxes. But here it also keeps the wisdom intellect active and connected to deeper peace. And you are prepared for the next step of the day. Depending on the given day, your mental state, if you are constantly maintaining an awareness of the breath, and the mind has an incoming pattern, not an outgoing pattern. Why? So that you can watch the track of the breath clearly. Someday it happens instantly, on the other day it takes time. That is how. So now check the breath awareness consistent. You are watching the track of the breath. Very good. And on that track of the breath, you drop the mantra Om Shanti every time. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Breath goes in, you watch the track of the breath going in, Om Shanti, coming out, Om Shanti. Mentally. You're doing it mentally. It is possible. You will find by regular practice, and if you are consistent, your mind will discover you have more time to drop Om Shanti on such a short breath because the mind is absorbed on the track of the breath. Another point that Om Shanti means I am the peace. That is two. The third point in our practice that whenever our mind is distracted, we bring it back to the breath and we drop the Om Shanti. So not only it prevents the distraction and the impulsive nature of the mind, but we continue to experience the relaxation and the calmness. Yes, I have already given an answer to the question. If the mind resists dropping Om Shanti, it means it is already distracted on a particular thought. So you simply don't force. When thought comes, you superimpose Om Shanti on the thought gently and softly. Repeatedly, maybe 3, 4, 5 times, that thought will dissolve by itself. Your mind will drop that thought. Continue Om Shanti. Continue Om Shanti. So when I say Om Shanti, you are also aware of the breath. Behind the awareness of the breath, you are in a perfect place, position and posture. Sensation, comfort and steadiness are maintained. And you are an observer. You are dropping. You know the breath awareness in dropping Om Shanti, it calms down the surface mind, the worldly mind. Then what happens? You can go deep inside. And that moment is the right moment where you do nothing. That is our next step. Means non-doing, means happening awareness. Whatever is happening, you're simply aware. Like a lake after the wind stops. The surface mind has come down. Same way the surface lake naturally is still, and then it reflects the sky without any effort. What is this state? It is happening. We've experienced the inner calmness. Can I say it is an action, less awareness? You directly taste the inner calmness and peace. What is this state? It is simply you are resting as awareness, not in awareness. That I will talk in detail once you consistently, not in awareness, but as awareness. So the last step, you can stay for a longer state when you do the practice on your own with audio file. You have reached to that state and check that, your mind says, no, I want to continue. Continue. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I have not included this last step of chanting. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands. How are you, Sophie?
I'm very good, Girish. What I have experienced is that at some point the body is very, very heavy, and it's like it allows actually to be very light and freer.
Yes. Yes.
And more spacious. Yeah.
Yes, sensations of heaviness or lightness in the body indicates the mind has withdrawn deeper inside, too far away from the body. And that is a deeper state. Beautiful. How are you, Anne?
Yeah, I feel good, but probably there were a number of thoughts going on, but they were not really important. But I didn't try to get as quiet or calm as I wanted to.
Yes, that happens.
Yeah.
So even one thing is better, that these thoughts, you recognize that they are not important. So let them come and let them go. So that part is deeper. And if we are consistent, that happens. So now we have something counterintuitive steps, lessons about awakening your mind. First thing to understand that your posture is not about sitting straight, it is about rewiring your mind. That is the first step. If the body is constantly moving, it is the mind that is moving. And you are not able to hold on to the mind, you are not able to change the mind. That is why every time any practice of mindfulness or meditation, we have to set the place, position, and posture right. Have you seen the image of the Buddha and you keep on looking at the image of the Buddha? Oh, sitting. You see the body. You see the place and position and posture. So you recognize, his mind is not moving at all through the body. So it is about, the posture is about rewiring your mind. If your body is doing Zumba, your mind isn't meditating. A constantly shifting posture is like a phone on vibrate, always buzzing, never truly resting, pretending it is on silent. Very important. People say, let me focus on the breath and I'll relax. That is what the Google teacher teaches you. But the Eastern wisdom says, no. First, put the thing straight. Place, position, posture. But spine in the practice, during the practice, your spine should be tall. It means it is not leaning backward or forward. It is not stiff, I have to align like this. Shoulders are soft, jaw relaxed, and minimum movement committed for a set time. That will help you and go a long way. Long way. So the second point to understand, anytime you have an anxiety, stress or reaction, and by chance if you remember this beer guy or you remember the principles of Eastern wisdom, the first job is not to stop the thoughts and fight with the thoughts. It is to change the direction of the mind. That is the second step, being comfortable. But that guy is crazy. So you have already thought in the morning, in the afternoon I come to your house and your impulsive mind anyhow brings that topic about that person or that person is not fair. And in the evening, your mind keeps on thinking. So the first job is not to stop these thoughts. Don't fight with them. It is to change the direction of the mind. That is what the second step. Imagine a house with all the windows open in a storm. The wind rushes in, tossing everything around. Being comfortable is like calmly closing the windows so the storm stays outside and the inner room can settle. Inner room, where the conflict is anxiety in the impulsive mind. So being comfortable or more related to the body, sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Don't just close your eyes, conscious of your mind. Don't just close your eyes and keep doom scrolling inside. I've closed my eyes. One guy in the group session today, in the afternoon, and he asked very great questions. but he's not settling with his body. So within 5 minutes, he started being lazy and he was in a deep sleep. So I told them that because of my sweet voice, you sleep very fast in meditation. Your intellect is still arguing with a lot of questions, but your mind is not prepared for meditation. It will not happen. Pay attention to these subtle details to reach to the higher journey in this. So the first thing we did it, our posture is not about sitting straight. It is about rewiring your mind. Second point, the first job is not to stop your thoughts. It is to change the direction of the mind. If you are conscious, you can change the direction. If you are unconscious, habitual and impulsive, these thoughts will return again and again. You listen to me. That guy is really crazy. Sometimes we insist on. So it means I'm not relaxed. Third point, the third step, being carefree, is opposite of being careless. You have to think and reflect on it. Then no thought will disturb you. I gave you that example last in the last session. For example, the waves of the water continues to touch your body when you are in a pool, but you continue to stand still. Those currents, those waves of the water do not carry you. You remain still. Think of it. That is what the carefree means. Normally, we think carefree, usually, we think it is avoidance, it is numbness, it is indifference. All the three words are wrong. It means something far more deeper. You are standing steady in awareness, while the waves of the thoughts and emotions keep touching you, just like the water currents touching your legs when you stand still in a pond. Well, you are maintaining those are coming and going, feeling emotions. That will take you to the deeper state of meditation, my friends. So the 3 points we have done. First, your posture is not about sitting straight. It is about rewiring your mind. Second step, the first job is not to stop the thoughts. Don't fight. You are fighting, reacting. It is about changing the direction of the mind. Third, being carefree is the opposite of being careless. It is full of the joy. You are an observer. You are not carried away by your anxiety, anger, duality, and a conflict. Fourth point, that is the reflection point. Trying to control thoughts can make you more anxious. If you try to control the thought, can make you more anxious. Okay, I'm into anxiety, but this is the thought of anxiety. Anxiety is also lives in the mind. I'm separate from it, finished. But if you try to control this thought that I'm into anxiety, it never happens. It will never happen as long as we live. So better not to do that. Better not to do that. So what we did, your posture is not about sitting straight. It is about rewiring your mind. The first job is not to stop the thoughts. It is to change the direction of the mind. That is our second step. Third step is being carefree. Is not about being careless. Fourth step, trying to control the thoughts can make you more anxious. Breath awareness is not relaxation. It is a workout for wisdom. Fifth step, breath awareness is not relaxation is a byproduct. But we enter into the higher level of awareness. By breath awareness, my friend, you have to think. So that is the fifth and sixth step. Doing nothing is the hardest and the most revolutionary step. I am skipping. I'm coming to that. So when you are just awareness of the breath, basically you are doing nothing. You are simply aware. If I say you just do nothing, your eyes are open and you are aware of me. So whatever is happening in front of all the sense organs, you are aware of it. So that is also a state of doing nothing. And that doing nothing is, in that state of doing nothing, you are dropping Om Shanti on the breath. It helps you to dive very deep inside. Before a difficult phone call, you sit upright, feel the support under your body, hold still for a minute, and then answer. What happens? Your anxiety drops. You respond instead of reaction. Same thing you can apply to your partner if there is any problem. I know there is no problem at all. There is no problem at all. So that is all for today. Thank you. You have to live in. So you understand it. You revise. You listen to this lesson. Oh, this step is done because of this reason. So what happens? You get rid of the impulsive habit, mechanical thoughts that rules your mind and gives you a wrong perspective of the meditation practice. So the more contemplation and reflection will remove the wrong perspective about the practice of meditation. It will clear the mind from the impulsivity, and then it will help you to go